Hi, I'm Dennis Gage, and welcome to My Classic Car. Well, this week we're in Indianapolis, Indiana for Slamology, a show dedicated to the lowered. That's lowered as opposed to raised. Actually, over the years, Slamology has grown to embrace all sorts of cars, most of which live on the fringe of the conventional hobby. Maybe a fringe that hasn't always got much respect, but that's about to change. And I'm going to take you to school, because I am the doctor, and this is Slamology 101. He's eating my watch. Don't do that. Donnie, how you doing, man?
Good, Dennis. How are you?
So, Slamology.
Absolutely.
How long have you been doing this?
This is our 8th annual event.
I mean, that's a lot longer than I thought. And how did it get started?
It just became from a concept. We do a web magazine called GageMagazine.com. And
good name, by the way.
Yeah, you like that. we started with that, and as our company grew and as the magazine grew, we needed a way to reach to our readers, and we started a lifestyle event.
Well, so I mean, the name makes me think it's it's dedicated mostly to lowered vehicles, but I mean, I see lift kits, I see hydraulics and hoppers and lowered vehicles. I see everything here.
Yeah, and Slamology is good alternative family fun.
Alternative family fun. I like that.
Thank you.
Well, and so much happens here. I mean, this is you say it's lifestyle, which is true because it's bands and it's a scene and it's all that. And that's one thing is it's just band after band after band here.
Yes, we do 22 bands over a 2-day period that come across our stage, and it's all local Indianapolis bands.
Oh, that's cool.
These guys get their plug and they get to play in front of a big venue.
Yeah, well, and then the way it's set up, the stage is up there, and it's like the cars are at the concert.
Absolutely, that's our concept. That's the way that we want it to be. The cars are here, and the people are here just to enjoy it.
Word's getting around, huh?
Yeah, word's getting around.
I mean,
absolutely.
You pull several hundred cars.
Yeah, this year we actually broke a record number. We're just over 800 vehicles this year, and with rain this morning too, it's been kind of wishy-washy. We were scared this morning, but it all worked out to be okay.
So what happens if it rains? I get wet.
You roll your windows up, you dry it off.
Exactly. Now, it's a 2-day deal. There's a lot going on, and I saw outside the hotel last night. I mean, sparks were flying, shall we say?
Yes. Dragging is a popular part of the industry with the adjustable suspension.
And literally dragging.
Literally dragging, yes, like where they throw sparks and they do that type of stuff. And our event attracts a lot of that type of a lot of those people, and they have a good time. That's more of the after hours. The show so much we don't promote it, but what happens on the streets happens on the streets. Yeah.
Well, it's definitely a wild scene. A lot of wild folks here. I dig it. It's a fringe, but it's a nice fringe.
Thank you.
Let's go delve into that fringe for a while before I have to get serious.
Let's do this.
All right, man. Well, Warner, I saw you rolling in with this baby, and at that time, well, you weren't like,
yeah.
but you were down. This baby looked fabulous. I love these 61 bubble tops anyway.
Yeah.
But man, the color. It looked like evening orchid. They use that in like 65.
Exactly. That's what it started from, with a modern day twist to it.
Which it's a little bit more lavender. It's more orchid, less evening.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, again, what a beautiful car. But you've done the full treatment to this baby. I mean, full hydraulics and everything.
Yep.
And what do you have to do to get it to do this?
Well, you have to modify the frame. You want to wrap the frame on it. It's going to have 1/4-inch steel on the whole frame.
Yeah.
You're going to reinforce your A-arms. You have hydraulic cylinders front and back. And you have a bunch of batteries and pumps to make it all work in the back.
And then, of course, you go chrome it all out while you're at it. All right. So again, pretty rare car. And what's nice is you really haven't hacked it or anything. This is still a 61 Bubble Top Impala.
Yeah, it's pretty original car.
Yeah.
All the original trim.
Low mileage?
Very low, 40,000 mile car.
Oh, so solid New Mexico.
No rust whatsoever.
Well, it's awesome. And what you've done in the engine is like equally cool. This thing's all chromed out except for the purple and the lavender.
Exactly, yeah. It was an original 283 car. We actually put a 350 in it and made it into a 383 stroker motor. But runs real good down the street, but
man. And I noticed that it's very subtle, but even your headlights have got a lavender which I've never seen before. But again, the Bubble Top is such a great design. Love the scalloping up here. And your interior, you've kept as stock 61.
Yeah. Yep, all original skins, just color match to the car. We want to keep it as close to being original as possible.
See, I mean, and touch the dash.
Not at all.
That's dynamite. You got the center speaker in the seat. I always like that in the Impala. It's very cool. Gosh, it's just dynamite. But back here, this is what makes it all happen, right?
Yep, this is what makes it happen.
So, what all is that?
Well, it's actually 3 hydraulic pumps.
Yeah.
It's all hard lines, no soft line on the car anywhere. Just pressure gauges, the dumps to make it go down, then on the side are the batteries that basically control everything in the car.
Man, and so it's a lot of lead acid.
Correct.
and you dig the show?
Oh yeah, like it gets bigger every year, like it a lot.
And it's a different kind of show.
Yeah, it's definitely a different breed. You get
Yeah.
cars of all kind of different categories here, so.
Folks of all different categories.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's really cool. And one sweet bubble top, man.
Well, thank you very much,
bubble
Dennis.
top, you know, with a twist. With a twist, yeah, bubble top
there
with a
you go.
twist, yeah. Well, John, I love your slammed Corvair van.
Yep.
But it's not, I think of these as being Greenbriers, but this isn't a Greenbrier.
No, the Greenbriers actually had windows
Yeah.
on them, and this is what they call a Corvan, which it's a 6-door, and they actually offered them in 8 doors also.
So you didn't customize this, take the windows out. She came this way.
No, it came this way.
So and you haven't changed anything.
No,
really. I mean,
it's all pretty much stock except for the airbag controller on the bottom. That's from a '60 Ford.
she's cool. I like the metal flake, heavy metal
Yep.
flake on the top. You know, I love that look. And then you're kind of two-tone satin, but with a fade going too.
Yep. Most people don't realize this is actually a Kia color off of one of their minivans.
Wow.
And these have the hinges in it, so they open all the way wide. Most of these were sold as telephone trucks.
Oh, really?
Back in the '60s. They usually only had one seat in them, but this one was bought new in Nashville in 1963.
God, it looks like you've got everybody's autograph in the world on this baby too.
Yeah, what we do is we have a business where we drive across country and shoot people's cars for magazines, and whenever we shoot somebody's car, we get them to sign it. But we also get people like Jimmy Vaughn to sign that door, and Gary Howard, a lot of big time builders, Chip Foose, Troy Trepanier, everybody's pretty much signed it. And I'll get you to sign it before you leave.
Oh man, I would be honored.
Yeah.
I would. Now, the engine, of course, the engine's in the back.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. Yes, sir. Yeah, it's in the back underneath the wood floor back here, so it's all underneath the wood
It's
floor.
hiding there.
Yep.
But man, I mean, for what you do, hauling all over the United States and camera gear and stuff.
Yep.
This is probably a good vehicle to have.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, we're looking for a '60s van, for our business, and we found this one for my buddies. A hot rod shop had it, and of course it didn't look nothing like this when we got it. But so now I know more about Corvairs than I ever wanted to know.
Yeah, I
Because once
believe
you own
that,
a
man.
Corvair, everybody that owns a Corvair is your friend. So,
Well, you got a very, very cool ride here. Slamology is a
Yeah.
really interesting show.
Oh, yeah.
Corvair. Corvan.
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 Yeah, Corvan,
1964
yeah.
Corvan. I love it,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Well, Cody, you're going to get the award for the newest vehicle I've ever done on My Classic Car. What year is this?
2005.
2005. I can't believe it. But this is Slamology. And this is, there's a lot of mini trucks here, and that's kind of where this whole thing started.
Right.
But this is a new vehicle done kind of this way. So what all's been done here?
First off, it's been bag.
Yeah.
It's been body drop. It's got a back half from the cab back. Moved the stock gas tank to the back, and then we sheet metaled the bed, put a skin on it, shaved the door handles, third brake light, put a cow hood on there, and then we came up with a paint scheme. Got
Cool.
some wheels for it, yeah.
So it's like, I'm going to customize my truck, and this was your vision, and this is the truck, right?
Right.
The interior-wise, though, she's really pretty stock in a lot of ways. I mean, is that the stock dash?
Yeah, that's a stock dash. It's just been wrapped and painted. The insert's been painted on it.
Yeah.
And stock seats, cut off the headrest, rewrapped those, and this is a Lante and suede, and just threw some carpet in it, and then painted all the inserts.
But I mean, it changes the look of it an awful lot.
Oh, totally, yeah, totally different.
Without doing too much more than what you just said.
Yeah,
And she is down there, isn't she?
yeah, she sits all the way down.
And so, you've shaved everything. You kind of old school, graphic treatment back here.
Right, I wanted some old script, like on the old Impalas. I like the V.
These aftermarket taillights?
No, those are stock
Those
taillights.
are stock taillights too.
Yeah.
It's really kind of amazing. This is fairly stock in a lot of ways, but with
Simple and clean.
But with what you've done with it, it's a full-on custom truck. And this is one that you can use as a daily driver too. I mean, is this your ride
Right.
basically?
Yeah, I drive it every day.
Well, man, this is sort of the state of the Slam.
Right.
05 Chevy. I like it, man.
All right.
The state of the Slam. Happy motoring. Let's do that again. Well, Craig, we came by here last night just to check the place out, and this was like one of the few cars sitting in the field. It was just sitting out there, and I went, wow, look at this Merc. It's a 59, right?
59 Mercury, yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen a 59 Merc, which kind of shocks me. I'm like, haven't I seen a 59 Merc? But I don't know if I have.
This is the only one I've ever seen.
You gotta love it. Other than the fact you got on air and you got her drop down, it's Slamology.
Right.
She looks bone stock.
She's all original.
Even the paint,
The paint,
which is kind of coming through here, here
Yep.
and there.
pretty much every aspect of it. I mean, the spotlights, the mirrors should actually be up here, but for the most part, front to back, she's bone stock.
It's amazing. The thing that's interesting about it is I didn't know Merc made this roof line either, because I think of the the breezeway back and the more straight chop down.
Right.
But this is almost more of a GM. How they did that in the early '60s. The windshield comes down, she curves around, and then the cantilevered roof in the back and the wraparound rear window. I didn't know Merc did this.
Oh yeah.
Interior wise, it's got a really interesting dash.
Yeah. Yep.
And you haven't touched it, right?
No. No, not at all.
And it has no options.
None. In the maintenance manual I have, it lists all sorts of different options.
None of which you have.
None. I mean, it's a no option 3-speed on the tree, no option car.
Wow. Great taillights, and it's got backup lights though, which would have been an option.
An option, yeah. The guy that owned it previous to me actually ordered the period-specific reverse lights to put them in.
It's just such a wild looking car. Now, it has to have the base engine for that year. What would it be, a 312?
The Y-Block 312.
Let's go look at that. That's right, it's got the safety hood.
Oh yeah.
Can't fly open when you're going down the road. There's plenty of room in there for that 312, isn't there?
Oh yeah.
When it's sitting down, it's right on the grass, isn't it?
Yeah, it's as low as I could get it without actually modifying the frame and suspension too much. I didn't have to cut anything.
I tell you, it is a wild looking machine at a pretty wild show. Have you been to Slamology before?
Yes.
And what do you think of it?
I love it. Down here you'll see literally anything.
I believe it, including a 59 Merc.
Yep.
Great. I love your car, man.
Thank you.
BJ, this is a sweet little machine. I recognize it as a Bronco, I think.
Yeah,
I'm right? But it's a heavily modified Bronco.
Yes, it is.
But it started life as that, what year?
It was an 84.
And what all have you done? Because it gives me kind of a 50s panel truck.
Yeah, yep.
Feel.
I actually originally wanted a panel truck and I couldn't afford one. And I got a Bronco too, and I kind of saw a resemblance there, and I went with it. And it worked out for me really well.
It did, but you got that 50s things going, because that's an F100 front end, isn't it?
54 F100 grill.
But the rest of it is this all Bronco up here?
Yes, it's all Bronco. Most of the body panels have been altered with removing the lights and mirrors and all that stuff, but the sheet metal itself is original.
Because you've shaved everything. And it's interesting because you went kind of a satin on top, gloss on the bottom, black and green. I dig it, works. But your pinstriping, blue and silver, I wouldn't have thought that would work, but it does.
Yeah, it does, and I put that in the hands of my pinstriper. He said, trust me, and I did, and it worked out well. I was a little skeptical, but...
I would have been. It would have been a hard sale for me. But I like it. And your wheels, I can hardly see them, but what are they?
They're American Racing Torque Trust wheels. I didn't go
kind
too
of
big.
Classic,
Wanted to keep the classic feel.
Yeah. But it's all the way down. She's dropped down, and I totally dig the interior because that's a Galaxie dash, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's a Galaxie dash that's been modified a little bit, narrowed it about 8 inches in the middle, and sectioned onto the stock dash panel to fit the windshield.
Yeah, and nice workmanship, because I don't see a seam in it, and it looks like it was made for that.
Yep, that's what I was going for. I didn't want anything to feel out of place.
Yeah, man, she looks cool. It really does. And she's built, not bought, right?
Definitely built.
But I saw her earlier today. You had the hood up. That's what I really dug. Let's go check out that engine.
All right, let's do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. A flathead.
Yes, flathead.
That's got to be one of the few flatheads at Slamology.
I think it may very well be the only one.
And how's the flathead run?
It runs really good. It's got its typical flathead issues, but it runs good. I love it.
Oh, I tell you, man, it is a very good looking truck. I love it. And have you done Slamology before?
Yes, I was here 2 years ago with this truck. It wasn't fully completed yet, but it was here.
It's different, isn't it?
Yep, it's definitely, it's got a very distinct crowd.
That's a good way to put it. Well, you have a very distinct Bronco here with a flathead in it, man. 84
Yep.
Bronco too, I love it.
Thank you.
Great job, BJ. Oh man, now this was an experience. Slamology is one of the wildest shows I've ever been to, and probably the broadest array of cars I've ever seen. Don't fear the fringe. Check this one out.